You know, some nights in the Champions League are just different. And last night at Stamford Bridge, well, that was something else entirely. It wasn't just a win, it was a tactical demolition. So let's get right into it and break down exactly how Chelsea took Barcelona apart. And yeah, the scoreline really says it all, doesn't it? 3-0. A clean sheet against one of the best attacks in the world. This was a dominant, emphatic victory that absolutely sent a message across Europe. This is what everyone's talking about today, and for good reason. This result wasn't luck. No, this was the perfect execution of a brilliant game plan against Hansi Flick's powerhouse Barcelona side. So let's really dig into how Chelsea delivered this statement victory, a win that you can just feel meant so much more than just 3 points. And honestly, the 3-0 scoreline, it actually flatters Barcelona. Seriously, Chelsea were just relentless. They found the back of the net 7 times. 7! Even if only 3 of them actually counted. It was just total, complete domination. All right, so how did it all unfold? Let's break down the key moments that really shaped this incredible match. A game like this always has those few massive turning points. You can basically boil the story of the game down to these 4 moments. An early, kind of messy breakthrough, a game-changing red card just before halftime, a little bit of solo magic to double the lead, and a final nail in the coffin confirmed by technology. Let's take a closer look. So all that early pressure from Chelsea, it paid off. After a corner kick, Pedro Neto gets a little flick on, it creates total chaos in the box, and, well, a scrambling Jules Koundé just can't sort his feet out. He ends up bundling it into his own net. A messy goal, but Chelsea were on the board. And then, the moment that took Barcelona's night from bad to basically impossible. Right before the half, their captain, Ronald Araujo, who was already on a yellow for dissent, by the way, makes this absolutely mindless, reckless tackle on Marc Cucurella. It's an easy second yellow, red card, game over? Pretty much. Barcelona had to face the entire second half with 10 men. But if you want to talk about the moment that sealed it, the moment of pure, jaw-dropping magic, it was this. The young Brazilian, Estêvão, just picks up the ball, runs straight at the Barcelona defense, skips past them like they're not even there, and then just unleashes an unstoppable shot. What a goal. Just incredible individual brilliance. And to cap it all off, Chelsea put the cherry on top. A really unselfish pass from Enzo Fernández finds the substitute Liam Delap for what looked like a simple tap-in. The flag went up for offside initially, but you know what? VAR took a look, overturned it, and the goal stood. 3-0. Good night, Barcelona. So we've seen what happened, but how? How did this all come together? Let's get into the tactics and see how this whole thing was engineered. Right, the big question. What was the actual blueprint here? How did Enzo Maresca cook up a plan to so completely shut down one of the best teams in the world? Well, it was all about 2 things, really. Relentless pressure and just blistering speed. Maresca had his team pressing like crazy, and they specifically went after Barcelona's high defensive line. You know, when defenders push way up the pitch, it's risky because it leaves all this space behind them, perfect for speedsters like Neto and Garnacho to run into. And boy, did it cause problems all night long. You know, this game also came down to some key one-on-one battles. And the big one everyone was talking about was the duel of the teenage superstars. Well, there was a clear winner. Estêvão completely stole the show with that stunning goal. And on the other side, Lamine Yamal was basically a ghost, completely shut down by an amazing performance from Marc Cucurella, who pretty much had him in his pocket the entire game. But if you want to know where the game was truly won, it was right here, in the middle of the park. Moisés, Caicedo, and Enzo Fernández. They were just immense. They didn't just play well, they absolutely bossed it. They overwhelmed Barcelona's midfield with a physicality and intensity that Barca just had no answer for. Fernández was the engine driving forward, and Caicedo was the wall, breaking up everything. Now, this win, it was about so much more than just the 3 points. This was historic. This was about bringing a truly incredible run to a grinding halt. Just think about that for a second. 54. For 54 straight games, over a year, Barcelona had scored a goal every single game. And last night, Chelsea's defense just slammed the door shut. An incredible streak over. And they didn't just do it on any old day. They did it on the biggest stage of them all.
24 games in the Champions League without being shut out, it's a massive testament to the defensive structure and the discipline that Maresca has built into this Chelsea side.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. We've gone through the how and the why. So what does this massive result actually mean for the competition and for Chelsea going forward?
Well, looking at the table, you can see the immediate impact. It's huge. This win rockets Chelsea up the standings in the new league phase, putting them level on 7 points with Barcelona and in a really strong position to advance.
And you've got to love the manager's mentality. For a guy like Maresca, the celebration barely lasts a minute. Look at his reaction. A big victory, sure, but his mind immediately snaps to the next challenge, a massive Premier League game against the leaders, Arsenal, on Sunday. The work never stops. And all of this leaves us with one big, fascinating question, doesn't it? This wasn't just a win. It was a statement. A performance full of tactical genius, individual brilliance, and a ton of grit. So, was this the night that Chelsea officially announced to the rest of Europe that they are well and truly back?